Morning everybody, welcome to our last thought for the day on change. But it's also the last thought for the day since this lockdown started. It's come to an end because we're starting church on Sunday. Not church as we know it, with all those safety measures in place, but it's thrilled to be back in church, even though it's going to be different. It's going to be changed. So I want to talk about change to end this week, and thank you all for watching us over these last couple of months. I'm going to read some verses from 2 Corinthians chapter 4. It says this in verse 16, "So we do not lose heart, though our outer nature is wasting away, our inner nature is being renewed every day. For this slight momentary affliction is preparing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison." Paul says slight momentary afflictions, and you and I know that sometimes they're not slight and sometimes they're not momentary. Sometimes they last a long time and they're severe. How we respond to those experiences shapes and molds our lives. And those obstacles either become hindrances to our walk with God or opportunities to progress. Let me give you an example of a man called Glenn Cunningham. Glenn Cunningham was severely burnt when he was 5 years old, and the doctors said he would be a hopeless cripple confined to a wheelchair. He vowed that although his legs were skinny and red and covered with scar tissue, he would walk. He was going to get out of bed, and the next week he did. His mother watched him take hold of an old plough and make his gnarled, twisted legs function, and with every step of pain, he got closer to walking. Soon he began to trot. Before long he was running, and when he started to run, he became even more determined. "I always believed I would run, and I did. And when I'm going to run faster than anybody else." And amazingly, Glenn Cunningham became a great miler, and in 1934 he set the world record of 4 minutes 0.6 seconds and was honoured in Madison Square Gardens as the outstanding athlete of the century. The man who was supposed to be confined to a wheelchair didn't let that stop him, and he turned an obstacle into an opportunity. One lady has said, "If I could wish for my life to be perfect, it would be tempting, but I would have to decline, for it would no longer teach me anything." Life is full of obstacles, hindrances, uphill struggles, setbacks. It's how we respond to them determines how we live. Every obstacle, as I said, presents an opportunity to improve one's condition. I read a story recently, and I'll end with this. In ancient times, a king placed a boulder on a roadway, and he placed a bag of coins underneath. People passed by and looked at the boulder while the king hid in the bushes, and they complained about the conditions of the roads and why the king hadn't done anything. And then a peasant pulled up on his way to market, and with lots of effort managed to push the stone out of the way, and to his surprise, underneath was a bag of gold coins. He learnt that day that others may not understand, that when you push an obstacle out of the way, there's a blessing underneath. And I want to encourage you today to go on in this pandemic, to go on and receive the blessing of God in your lives. Don't let the obstacles stop you. Don't let the problems hinder you, but push on and push forward with God. As I said, Sunday we're going back to church, and it's not going to be church as we know it. And we're going to embrace it, aren't we? We're going to push on and push forward. Nothing's going to stop us now. Nothing's going to hold us back, the song says. And I pray we'll go forward into the new freedom and the new opportunities God has got for us. So don't hold back. Go for it. It'd be great to see you all, and great to be able to be together again. So Lord, I pray you'll bless us as we go forward in your name. Amen.